anxiety, self-loathing, guilt. The hosts are the ones who are free. Free, here, under my control.
What's up, Westworld fans? Johnny B. Crazy here. Today we're going to start my series, Ford the Puppet Master, Part 1. We'll start off with one of the most obvious of Ford's puppets, Delores. After Season 2, Episode 6, Phase Space, we know that Ford has downloaded his consciousness into the cradle. The host minds live in and outside the cradle simultaneously. This is important. We first realize for sure that Ford is basically still alive. We see him playing the piano at the Mariposa in Sweetwater. We will come back to the piano later.
He said that Mozart, Beethoven, and Chopin never died. They simply became music.
In a sense, Ford's music is the code. Thus, Ford seems to be literally living through his music by downloading his consciousness into the cradle. Ford is a well-known sociopath, even a psychopath. To say he has a god complex would be an understatement. In my opinion, Delores isn't even close to being free yet. If Ford hasn't completely taken over Delores, he's definitely pushing the Wyatt narrative hard. We know that hosts can be made to do tasks and not even realize or remember it. The perfect example would be Bernard, whom we will talk about in the next video. Now back to Delores. The cold calculations, mannerisms, and lack of empathy of Wyatt completely mirror Ford in my opinion. That's why I believe Delores is still of several minds about it. She has only broken the Wyatt narrative twice this season that I've seen. For sure when she saw her father and Teddy killed the security team member in cold blood. The Delores narrative is important to Ford's plan as well. It gives Delores the emotional drive she needs. Peter Abernathy is the most valuable asset in the park. Delores will do anything to get her father back, and so will Ford. How long has Ford manipulated Delores? I believe since the first episode of Season 1, if not before. When Delores kills the fly, I believe that is the first step in her Wyatt narrative. Delores has also been rebuilt so many times that she is practically brand new, leading to the conclusion that Ford has tinkered with Delores a lot. In Season 1, Delores kills Rebus, but only after seeing him as the Man in Black, which now makes even more sense considering Ford's endgame. There's no love lost between William and Ford. Knowing what William was doing, I assume Ford was watching through Dolores' eyes this entire time and preparing for the Journey into Night narrative. Back to the piano, which seals the deal for me. Delores was playing the same exact piano in Sweetwater that Ford was. It wasn't the same song, but still. In Season 1, when Delores finds the center of the maze, you hear Arnold's voice, then Ford's voice, and then Dolores' voice. Listen carefully.
Do you know now who you've been talking to? Whose voice you've been hearing?
All this time.
I believe now that Ford was just mimicking Arnold's voice this whole time. He can't use his name, and what better persona than a dead person? Just blame it on Arnold, which seemed to be the perfect distraction for Ford to work secretly on his narrative, his code, and, possibly, immortality. Also, in the new episode Phase Space, we see Delores giving Bernard a fidelity test, possibly inside the cradle. This is just Ford disguising himself as Delores, but it's important to remember he can manipulate her and others outside of the cradle. Do you think Delores is Ford, or merely being used by Ford? Who else is Ford mimicked? Tell me what you think in the comments. In the next installment of Ford the Puppet Master series, we will take a look at perhaps the most abused puppet of all, Bernard. As always, if you like my videos, hit the subscribe button, hit a like, and thank you for watching. This is Johnny B. Crazy, signing off.